Nice. Oh, that's funny. I gotta love the picture you chose for yourself, Poe. You got the Popeye going on.
Yeah, I was able to when I was making that up on Jib Jab there a little while ago. I actually was able to take my own picture, so I had to steal stock pictures or pictures I had of you guys already.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. Oh,
hey!
Well,
look at all the people.
The intro was so loud it scared Kelly. That's funny. Oh, hey, Gideon's here. Good to see you, Gideon. Middle of the night from the Cheese Nation. I didn't know you moved to Wisconsin.
Cheese.
Take me down to the Poestyle City. The grass is green and the girls are. You know, did I ever tell you guys the Paradise City story from when I was in the Navy? Because that song came out when I was in the Navy, and it was really popular on one of the trips when I went down to Puerto Rico. And the only bar that was in walking distance of the barracks happened to be a topless bar. So we changed the lyrics to be "Take me down to the Puerto Rican city where the girls all dance and they show their." Well, you get the point.
Kitty.
yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, so man, we got a lot of people here all of a sudden early on. Kaos is here. Kelly's here. Polo's here. Salty was here first.
Salty.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Of course, we already said Gideon's here.
Gideon.
Gideon still has the distance record for everyone that's here.
Windmill.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Polo figured it out.
Oh, no. That says titles. Titles?
Yeah.
The girls have titles to all their vehicles.
We used to joke around about how horrible it was because all of us young Navy guys were just trying to relax and enjoy a nice cold beverage of our choice. And here are these girls with their tops off, just showing right in our face. And we're just like, come on, now we're just wholesome Navy guys.
Yeah. Settle down with that.
Yeah.
You're harassing me.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so how'd your week go, Poe? You have a big week?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was no fun. You know, it was a work week again, and cold as ice. We had been in the teens and the 20s since we landed last week after vacation, so it was that way all week. But we're actually, we were in the upper 40s today, and I think we're going to be at 50 tomorrow. So finally, a little bit warmer here. But it was all work.
In my shorts. And tell you, it's been cold here too.
Bastard. And it was my week to build the vessel too, so I was not motivated at all because it was freezing out there. Yeah, a melt shop is both hot and cold. So my old job as a ladleman on the furnace here with the 3,000 degrees molten steel, and in the summertime it really sucks. Now that I'm a bricklayer, we're at the far end. So it's hot in the summer and very cold in the winter over there. Nice. So, and it was just me and one other guy building the thing. So he's loading the brick pans to send them down and handing me the other brick. But we got through it. We got it done. And now, hopefully, I do have this coming Friday off. I had to put in my last 2 single vacation days. And I also put in for next Friday. So I'm hoping they approve that one too. So that I'll only have 4-day work weeks until Christmas, unless they decide to add a Sunday like they like to do.
Right. Nice.
Oh. Polo had a question. Is Kaos salty? No.
Just
Kaos
salty balls that he makes for Christmas, right?
I call Fat Boy's Gaming Nonsense salty because that's originally his name. So I'm used to calling him that, so that's what I go by. And then Kaos is Kaos.
Yeah. Did Salty get fiber to his house? Sounds like Derek said so anyway.
Oh, Derek's here. Hi, Derek.
Yeah. Remember when Derek used to come see our show every week? Now it's been like a month.
Yeah, I asked him to take off this Friday to make sure that I don't play miniature golf with him.
Right. Right.
I was like, totally take the day off and then watch me live. That way you're not distracted.
Be an audience member. Interact in the
Dude,
chat.
Since you brought it up, man, that new course is pretty cool. It's really neat. The
Nice.
holiday course. And they did something that's really interesting. It'll be a tiny spoiler, but you're in this cabin kind of thing, and everything's giant, right? You're playing around on ornaments on the tree and all kinds of stuff like that, and in amongst it. And then when you push the A button and you get big so you can see the scoreboard. When you do that, it's like you're full size in that room now. So you're standing in front of the Christmas tree and all that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really neat little neat little duality to it, and it's a really good. They did a great job with the course. It's really fun. Of course, I sent Kelly. What did I throw up there? I sent Kelly a video earlier. I said, "Oh, this chick here, she is absolutely disgusting. You probably don't want to watch this." So she probably thought I got it off some other type of website, but it's some chick that's going through all the holes doing hole-in-ones. It's like, yeah. But it's a really neat course. So now Kelly and I got to work on Friday, Poe, but maybe after we get home or something, if you're chilling at the house, we'll have to play some. I don't know, Mike, you're working Friday?
Yep.
Yeah. But it's a really neat course. Anyway, Mike, what were you up to this week? Do you have a busy week or?
Just working on my videos. So I did do my short on the chromatic. So I did that, and then it's kind of weird. Like this Sunday after I got home, I'm like, "What is this?" I got a box. Or actually, before I went to church, I got the Casey's Gold came in, and then was it Alien Romulus? My steelbook came in as well.
Nice.
So two things. I got it here. Can I show everyone? Got my. Signed by Dan Kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it because it reminds me of the old Activision box and stuff.
All right.
So, and I put it in a protector so that way it protects the autograph that's on there.
Awesome.
I put them in the safest place possible. I chuck them on the garage floor here and forget about them for about 8 months.
For a doorstop?
A couple spiders inside, stuff like that. But,
well, it's kind of neat, Poe. You'll get this. I thought it was just a prop. So it is a watch.
Right. That was the whole reason I went with the VIP version or whatever they called it. I saw that watch. I'm like, I want to watch.
Works. It's working.
Oh, nice.
So
that's awesome.
You can see the hand moving. Yeah.
Yeah, the second hand's moving.
So I no longer have to carry a wristband watch. I'll just carry this around with me. Look at the time.
Nice.
Keep it in that little watch pocket and pull it out like you're cool.
Right.
Kids will be like, what kind of device is that? And what are those ancient hieroglyphics on there?
Right.
Tell them it's real gold.
Casey's gold.
Casey's gold.
Right.
In television's gold.
Nice. That's awesome.
Awesome. I mentioned somebody made a post about that. I think it was in an Atari and Beyond. Yeah, that's where it was on Facebook. I'm a member of that group. And they mentioned Dan Kitchen and Howard Scott Warshaw and stuff about supporting them and stuff. And I said, yeah, I bought the VIP version of that. I bought Howard's book, the paperback and Audible. And Dan Kitchen came in there and thanked me. I'm like, it's Dan Kitchen himself. He's like, thank you for supporting me. I'm like, take more of my money, Dan.
Did you ask him for, like, can you come on our show and do an interview?
Yeah. Like, we won't talk about your game, but we'll talk about Paradise City and stuff like that.
Right?
Yeah, his college years, right?
The very best part, Dan, is at the end with final thoughts. Tell them you're done. And then when Mike starts talking, jump right in there. So.
Right. Yeah. Oh, Kelly's pointing out my shirt that she bought me I was supposed to wear it last weekend, but I had such trouble getting started. I never changed, but it's my
Nakatomi
yes.
Plaza.
Nakatomi Plaza.
And yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Christmas Party, 1988.
I saw an advent calendar of that. It shows the building and he's falling. I guess you must lower him each day.
Nice. Nice.
What was Derek asking? Is your Street Fighter cab behind you a single player? No, it's where my laptop's sitting at. It's resting right against the Street Fighter 2 cabinet. No, it's a two-player. So it's the actual cabinet from... Well, I can't say that. It was actually repurposed when I made it into a Street Fighter Champion edition. It was originally, because when I took the old, for the controls, like the layout on there, I found there was Mortal Kombat in there. So someone made it into a Mortal Kombat 1 cabinet. And then later, whoever bought the machine turned it into a Street Fighter 3. So Street Fighter 3 didn't work on it because I think there's something wrong with the disk drive. So I repurposed it to be a Street Fighter Champion edition.
Well, and if you look closely, I didn't have time to get a high score on your machines there like Bart did with Greg. So when you went to go grab food for me and my boy, I pressed my hands right against the glass. You have to look at it at just the right angle to see the markings of it. Maybe blow on it a little, but I'm on your screen.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Well, yeah, and since Derek mentioned it, now Kelly mentioned about the background, you'll notice that we don't have green screen. Mike is in front of he's in his arcade room. That's live. Yep. I'm in my arcade room, and Poe is actually in the Charlie Brown Christmas right now.
Yes, I sell Christmas trees this time of year, along with working at the mill.
He's right there. No green screens tonight, except for Greg. Oh, and if anyone's watching that didn't catch it last week, Greg is not here because tomorrow is his knee surgery. So he's on prep night. Greg, we miss you. We're all thinking about you for tomorrow. If you're watching this, if you're not, then fuck off.
I thought the Chihuahua was coming on. Chihuahua.
we thought the unknown Chihuahua was coming tonight. Travis's dog, but apparently he couldn't make it. But so anyone that's wondering about Greg, and keep him in your thoughts because he is having his knee surgery tomorrow. Should go, if everything goes as planned, he should be feeling really good by the end of tomorrow.
Nice.
From what they said. But anyway, yeah. What are you drinking, Poe?
Coffee. A little bit of peppermint creamer in there for the holidays.
Did you buy the Home Alone creamer?
I had that. I had the sugar cookie and the hot chocolate version earlier, right before Thanksgiving. I think is when I had those. So they were good. Lots of good flavor to those ones.
That's awesome. Gideon, the Greece. I am looking forward to going to the Greece because I want to get down to the island of Crete. I've been there in real life, so I want to drive down there. And I told these guys already know it, but I only shot one video all last week. I didn't get to drive ETS on release day. I did one video, 45 minutes, and the audio was all messed up. So I have a junk video. It's the only thing I shot. So I am looking forward to you heading down to Greece.
Greece is the word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of that and Travolta and everything, this commercial's actually a year old, but I didn't see it until today. Have you ever seen the one that he's Santa Claus, but he's dancing disco in it? I guess it actually came out last year. We saw it today during the Steeler game. We normally skip all commercials, but today we're watching and Travolta's Santa Claus in that credit card commercial, and he's going down there playing the music and everything, and then he's out on the dance floor dancing.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't. Well, of course, we don't have television, so I don't have commercials. But yeah,
I know what you mean.
I'm having the regular Coke Zero because no one in town here has the cherry. Are you drinking cherry, Mike?
Oh yeah. Yep, drinking the cherry.
See, Mike's. I think Tuesday, Kelly.
That's an innuendo for something.
Yeah. No,
I looked all over. Mike sent us that picture of what was it? Frosted, the French vanilla, whatever it was called.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. I looked at Walmart yesterday and didn't find it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going Tuesday. I even caught the Coke guy when he was at the Dollar General. I'm like, dude, why we got no cherry Coke Zero anywhere in this town of? And he's like, really? And so he said he called the guy that normally, or he's not the normal guy. He called the other guy. He's like, hey man, you gonna get some? And they still haven't. So we're gonna have to buy some in the big city because we're too podunk to be getting us any cherry. We're not fancy like they are up in Washington. Well, Derek's had enough of our chit chat, so he wants to segue into the next segment. Mike, what games you have?
I don't have it yet, so it just comes with Tetris, Derek, on my Chromatic. Actually,
Tetanus?
Yeah, Tetanus. I can pull it out. It's right here.
But Lockjaw edition.
Whenever Post is going to pull it out, people go right.
I'm whipping it out. Hold on, Derek.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
There it is. But yeah, it comes with Tetris right there. So
Nice.
That's their version of it, and I can kind of show you it. Oh, no, you can see that. Ooh.
Nice.
I'll start it. You guys see that? Yeah, I can't really show the screen too much, but well, anyways, on the games I ordered, it was not Monster Hunter, something with monster in it, where it's a side scroller, and I'm not sure if it's a remake from the Game Boy Color game, but I have that on its way. They said it's like about 2 weeks to get, so. Yeah, I ordered a game for it, and I'm probably going to order another one on my next payday from Mod Retro. So I'll let you know what I get for it. The only thing I got that I've been playing is Super Mario Land 2. Been playing that, Pokemon Gold, and I beat Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. So I did bring that with me when I had to wait for my son to get done with his piano practice, and I ended up beating it in the car. So.
Does that say face red and dripping thighs? What the heck? Oh, drooping eyes.
Yeah, I was thinking that you only had the Tetris for that. I'm surprised you have to go fetch that out of your boy's room because
I let him play it. He beat me already because it keeps your high score on it. So he ended up beating my high score on the game. Of course, he's better at it than I am.
Wait a second. Kelly just watched that commercial. You're supposed to be watching our show. You're not supposed to be going off watching women.
Oh, he said, Derek said that flash card. It does work. I was trying to think who put it. There's another YouTuber that had it, and he put his flash card in it, and it worked. So yes, the flash cart will work on the Chromatic. Like that dude with the beard, I can't remember his name. Yeah.
Mike's here just to see Mike play with his mini console.
Yes.
He did whip it out.
I did whip it out.
And beat it. The game. Turtles.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. So that's kind of like a Game Boy style, right?
Yeah. It's like the original Game Boy. It's kind of mixed between it. So if you've had the Game Boy Color, that one's a little bit more skinnier, but I would say it's in between the two sizes, and it actually feels pretty good. It's like that magnesium alloy, and the screen's I think it's like the same resolution from the original Game Boy. But what's neat about it's you don't need to be at a light source to play the game since it's got its own backlight to it, which is pretty neat. Oh yeah, and then the only thing I didn't test, I know I keep getting comments on it. Like one guy, because it wasn't me, it was the rep that said you can run over the Chromatic, and I wouldn't suggest doing that. But I did mention in the new short that I did that. There was a Game Boy, if you guys remember, the original survived the bomb blast during what was it? The first Gulf War.
Right.
Oh, really?
And then they had it in the museum when I kind of looked up the story on it, and then now I think Nintendo has it, but it was still working with Tetris. Tetris was in, and the thing it powered right on. It had them like, oh geez. But yeah,
Wow.
it looked like it's gone through hell because it's like scorched, but it's still working. So yeah, Game Boys are pretty durable.
Well, you could totally get a ton of views on a short by clickbaiting people and just title it, I ran my what's it called? The
Chromatic.
Chromatic. I ran my chromatic over with a car, and then just run it over with a Hot Wheels. Be like,
I think you should pull like Kip and Napoleon Dynamite, run it over. Darn it! And then he peels out because he smashed the thing.
Oh, the plastic, the little plastic Tupperware containers. Yeah, I remember that. Or I should ask, like, hey, if any viewers want to send me their chromatic, I can run it over with my Super.
Right?
Not doing mine. No way.
That's funny. Don't mind me. I'm just turning down the light in here. It's really super bright.
Yeah.
It's glaring off my head, just washing my screen out. Nice.
Well, the only thing, if I can touch back on the Casey's Gold, I need to kind of look inside the box, but I'm not sure.
What's in the box?
No, there should be a patch. When I was like looking at it, yes, the poster's inside the box, but I thought there was like a patch.
No,
for it, but,
you have to earn the patches. They shouldn't have put those in the picture, but they do.
Yeah.
But if you look back at like some of the other releases that said you have to earn,
so there's
you have to score high enough.
The case, or I mean the game. I really like that. It looks like like I said, the Activision cartridges. And I'll pull out the instruction booklet and the poster real quick. So here's the instruction booklet. It's colored. That is actually pretty cool.
Now, open up towards the back of that. I think they're announcing another game.
New game. We'll go over towards that. Poseidon's Gate, I think. Let's see if I can.
Yeah.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's good to know they got another.
Yeah. So I wonder if that looks like it's going to be in the ocean. That looks cool. And then, of course, you get like a poster for it. But I'm probably going to just keep it in the box. I have no place to stick this at.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The size of that bead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot. When we bought that, they instantly or right away sent the game ROM for it, but I went on vacation that week and totally forgot about the ROM.
Well, you didn't get a chance to play it?
No, I found it in my emails once I remembered again the other night.
Yeah.
And the link for it. And I thought about doing that video this weekend too, but I had all this stuff I needed to get done today while it was warm out that I didn't do in November that I should have done.
So, if you want to talk, we can talk about the Atari 7800 Plus. Like, it seems like you're going to get yours before I get mine. Looks like
Mike's Gaming Gala already got his.
Oh, really? And I thought they had a strike going on in Canada with their postal service.
Yeah, they did, or do, or something.
Wow.
But then they said, "This is Mike. We got to get it to him." So Atari drove it to him.
Hand delivered it
by Bushnell. Dropped it off personally to him.
Nice.
Yeah, mine was messed up. Well, I told you guys that. I don't know if I said it on here or not, but I got that email that day when it was coming out or being shipped. Yeah. And even though I pre-ordered it the week of August 20-something or other, when the pre-orders opened, they said, you got to verify that you still want this on that payment method you chose. and you have to do it from a desktop. I'm like, maybe I can trick it and go into desktop mode on my phone. Nah, it didn't let me do that. So I didn't get to do that until last Sunday. We came home late Saturday night, and then it said, okay, well, yeah, we don't have any to send you now, but you'll get yours around New Year's, somewhere around there. But the newest update says between December 17th and December 24th, I think is what it said. So.
Oh, cool. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can use it to hold the basement door open.
I'll be there when it drops off. All right, got my copy.
Oh, yeah, nice. Bentley Bear's in the box too, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I did already buy that last year for the VCS, so I have played it, but it's going to be cool to have a cartridge of it.
Awesome.
What was Derek mentioning about MLP knockoff?
I think that's
My Little Pony.
Oh, he still sees that? That doesn't look like a pony to me on the picture. He's been hanging out at that pony farm too long.
Yeah. Well, you think you'll get remastered versions of these new games on Steam and consoles and stuff?
Oh,
That's a Polo question.
Oh, what remasters are you talking about, Polo?
Yeah, I'm not sure which games.
Like Beat 'em and Eat 'em, like a remaster of that.
Yeah, the ones that are coming at the same time as the 7800 Plus, they were just made for the 7800. So, or recently made homebrew games that turned into officially licensed Atari games.
Oh, like that Bounty Bob Strikes Back, right? I know.
Yeah, that was. And I did end up ordering that for the 78.
Same. Yeah, but it looks like it's back ordered too.
Because that's one I believe I have for the 5200 and maybe ColecoVision. I can't remember what I need to go through my stuff. Too much stuff. Nothing's out and displayed. Everything's in the. I do have everything separated according to consoles, but there's nothing displayed. So gotta dig.
Oh,
he's talking about these games like you just got.
For the Audacity games, Polo? No, you can't get them. I don't think you can get them on Steam.
No, they only make them for the 2600 or the ROMs for emulators. But then you only get the ROMs if you buy the collector's edition.
Yeah, I consider I got to play it, and it's definitely worth the money. I mean, if you're at least if you don't want to get all the swag and stuff, the regular edition's fine. I think that's like $60, isn't it? Like $59.99. Yeah, I'd say it's worth it because it's to support their company. They're making these newer games, so. And just to be clear, I'm not really into I'm not fond into Atari 2600 stuff, but they do such a good job that I'm willing to support their company on it. For 2600 games, I really like playing these. They do. You can actually beat these games according to what it says on the back. Looks like it's got 30 packed levels on it. So, and I think that's with the the Circus Convoy. You can actually beat that game as well.
Yeah, they'll bring a QR code up on your screen. Put your phone up there. You can do, the leaderboards. Send in your score, or so that you can get the patch.
Yeah,
and then I think you just pay the shipping on the patch if you've earned it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll have to try to get the patch for this one. That'd be nice to get on Casey's Gold. Definitely. Yeah, it's fun. For something. I can't believe they're still making these type of games in the future,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was glad to see that they announced another one. Who knows how long it'll take, because I do believe, this one was announced back in 2021 when they released their first game.
Yeah, didn't it take 3 years to make?
Yeah, but this was also a game that he started making back when the 2600 was a thing, and then just kind of put it on hold for all these years. So,
yeah, I got to watch that interview. What was it, from Zero Homebrew Games' channel? I guess it's run by him and his wife, and then they had was it David Crane and the Kitchen Brothers on it?
Yeah.
So I was actually watching that when I was eating my lunch, and I'm like, oh, that is so cool. But yeah, according to them, it seems like it took about 3 years because he said he wanted to make the game right.
Right.
And I go, that's cool.
Yeah, because I think everybody was thinking that would be their second game, and then Alien Abduction came out of nowhere. Like, oh, we got this one now, so you're still waiting on Casey's Gold.
Yeah. So who's the guy that made was it River Raid? Can't they get him to make another River Raid type of game?
That was a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the status of that. I thought that too. That would be cool. They did get a River Raid too, but it's a little bit different. It's more of a flight sim.
Oh. Does it have a robotic voice that says River Raid 2 or something? Oh, what was it? Ballistic saying? Bob
DeCredenzo.
Ah. Mystery Project on Zero. Yes. Yeah, I think I just watched Zero Page's video. Yeah, it seems like he's got a really good channel. Just watched that one episode. I'm like, wow, there's actually a lot of other interviews. He got the guy who did, was it Bounty Bob Strikes Back? I seen he had a video on that. I'm going to be watching that later too.
Yeah, I've been subscribed to them for a little while because they do get, they put stuff out there early. You get a chance to look at stuff.
And they got all those cats.
Yeah. Well, they even have a homebrew, I think, that was made about their cat. Something
nice.
Like that.
I'll have to buy that then. Just a support their channel. Is it where you knock Atari games off their counter or something?
That's not a bad idea for a game.
Yeah.
Like
they call it Pussy Panic.
Nice. Just in time for Bliss to get here.
Hey, Bliss.
It's about cats. They're knocking your stuff down. You got to catch it.
Right? Adventure 3.
Is it at least the guy's going to grow out of being a square? I seen the adventure. Well, it's kind of funny. I did see the adventure game for the Atari 5200 over at PRGE, and I was actually excited. I'm like, is the guy going to evolve out of being a square? And then I look on the back. Everything else is evolved, right? The backgrounds, it looks like a castle, the dragon, and then I'm like, oh, what? Your character's still square? No evolution on him. He's still a simple square.
Oh, maybe this time it'll be a circle.
With
Working
eyes.
its way.
It's got to have eyes.
Right? That's funny.
Then well, never mind. Never mind.
Pretty much be the venture guy. Isn't the venture guy a circle?
Well, I was going to say, yeah, and that's Winky. And when you say Winky, then that leads to other things.
Yeah, Derek said he watched a video about Modern Graphics homebrew version of Adventure 2.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else you need to talk about that stuff? Or are we moving on?
Sure, we can move on.
Okay.
I keep thinking about Winky for some reason.
Yeah. So we already touched on, for those of you that play the Walkabout Mini Golf, they released their new holiday course. Really fun course. Hopefully we'll get to play it this week sometime. Kelly and I played it because I couldn't wait. Already found all the balls and got our new club. But
oh, nice.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. But the other big thing, I don't know if you guys got a chance to, did you watch the Zen's Pinball Bites this week?
Yes.
There was a lot of big news. Of course, they mentioned here, I'll share this screen real quick. They mentioned the Williams Pack 8, and the final table is Black Knight 2000.
That's awesome.
We already knew that Earthshaker was coming, and Bonsai Run, which is an interesting table. I'm going to be curious to see how that plays out in digital form. And then they announced it's Black Knight 2000. We can bring us back up here, I guess. So that's Pinball Pack number 8, Williams Pack number 8. So that will be coming out on the 12th. And at the same time, they're doing an update for the Switch. People who are playing the Switch, this will be available on the Switch as well. But they're releasing the little pack with Monster Bash and Creature for FX on the Switch. They're releasing Pinball Williams Pack 1, 2, and 3. And the big shocker announcement was if you already own Pinball FX 3 and you own those tables, you're going to get them for free. Free upgrade to Pinball FX on the Switch. It would have been nice if they did that for all the platforms, but hey, at least they're doing it with the Switch. So I personally checked to see if we already owned all of those packs, which we did, because I'm kind of thinking it might be cheaper to buy them for FX3 before FX comes out, and then you'll get the free upgrade instead of waiting until it actually hits on Thursday and then you're paying more. I don't know that it will be more, but I didn't want to risk it. But we already own them. So I think that's a really cool thing that a lot of pinball news. And that stuff's all coming out on the 12th, which I believe is Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah. Then they talked about the mobile app a little bit, and they talked about, what else did they talk about in there, Mike? I can't remember. Was there... they announced the Williams Pack, the
VR next year.
Oh yeah, VR coming first half of next year. And rumor mill, what I heard is I guess they're going to do an exclusive thing with Meta at first, so it'll come out on the Quest, kind of like you can already get the Star Wars pack and you can get the Pinball FX2 and a bunch of those tables. I think it's going to come out on Meta too. And then some people are saying the second half of the year is when it might be available to release on like PlayStation and stuff for the PS VR 2. And yeah, so, but that, I think that's just rumors that, you know, some of it could be wishful thinking. But from what I understand, the first release is going to be exclusive to Meta. So if you got a Quest 2, Quest 3, I think you'll be golden. And so because I really like playing the pinball in VR. It's a lot of fun. I still tend to play on this thing way more than I play in VR just because there's something about standing at a table that's kind of fun. So, but I'm sure I'll double dip and end up buying them on the Quest when they come out. Triple dip because I already bought them on the Steam and on the Switch. But so, and speaking of pinball, we haven't been doing any official tournaments lately, whether it's pinball. Greg's done a couple of tournaments, and I can't even remember. Did he do one this week? I don't know. I was busy, and I didn't get to play it, and he's not here, so I don't know what the scoring was. But I decided to go ahead and throw one together. It's Christmas time. So what I did is Pinball FX, Charlie Brown Christmas table. There's the Steam code. If you're playing on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Epic, any of those, anything besides the Switch, the tournament code is 9RW5, and the password is just lowercase OGA. And then if you're playing on the Switch, the code is IGHO. That is an O, not a zero, IGHO. And again, the password is lowercase OGA. Of course, you won't be able to see each other's scores because of the way they did it with the Switch, but I'm just gonna, if people play in both the tournaments, I'll just combine them in a spreadsheet, and it's everyone. And if it seems like a lot of people are playing, I'll update the spreadsheet every couple days or something like that, or who knows. But it's also a 2-week tournament this time. Instead of just doing 1 week, we're doing 2 weeks on this one. See how that goes, give people more time to play with the holidays and all that. So I set it up today. It's 2 weeks, so I think it'll end on the 22nd. I did 14 days. So, get in either one or both, whatever you want to do.
Look, Mike's playing now.
Mike said, I'm out. I'm going to go play.
Oh, what the heck happened?
Oh, that was unintentional.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. So if you want to get in on some Christmassy pinball, that is the way to do it. Look, I even made a ticker for it. I'm a professional. I am a professional here.
I mean,
So,
Poe's already there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Poe's playing. He's broadcasting from inside the Charlie Brown pinball tournament. Right? And Derek, I missed that you had said Elvira for the Williams. That would be nice. That would be nice if we got some Elvira on FX, but I don't think that's going to happen. I hope silver. Such a great song. Yeah.
It's a country song too, ain't it?
Yeah. Oak Ridge Boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
The dude that does that part's all proud of himself too. If you ever look up any old video of them singing it live on stage, he's all like, "Yeah, ladies, yeah,
yeah."
Girls are screaming.
Most people that know me know that, especially from high school on, I was strictly metalhead kind of guy. I'm listening to Iron Maiden, Motley Crue, Metallica, all that stuff. But old country stuff, I listened to a lot of that stuff when I was really young. So I can throw down some country sometimes, but it's all old stuff. 40-year-old songs. But you know what? I don't go so far back that you end up in the bluegrassy kind of. Almost sounds like they're yodeling and instead of singing. I don't quite go back that far. But so anyway, that's all I had to talk about. The big Zen stuff. And Derek's already on it. Look at Derek go. He's back. He's back in rare form. And as Gideon mentioned, I could mention this too. As Gideon mentioned, they did release Grease for European Truck Sim 2. If you play it in reverse, you get all that stuff back. And I haven't played that yet, so I'm looking forward to doing some driving in Greece. Like I said, I've been there before. When I was in the Navy, I went to Greece, so it's always neat to go to these places and see how they render it. Like I remember from 35 years ago what it would look like to drive a semi in Greece. But apparently it's really awesome, though. I haven't even watched any videos because I didn't want to get spoilers. But other people can watch my videos and get spoilers. That would be great.
Quick plug-in.
Yeah. But that's all I only recorded that one video and it was toast, and then it just killed any urge I had to make any other videos. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's why I didn't make any either. Once you told us about that, I'm like, well, I'm not making any videos this week.
Solidarity. Yeah. No, I did a couple iRacing races. I take that back. I did one iRacing race and one lap of the truck series stuff, and that one I'm always nervous anyway because they do cautions, and every time I'm still not a very good driver, so I'm in the low cuts, and those guys suck. So you do the first 10 laps, and 8 of them are in caution because someone wrecks in the first lap, then you do 4 caution laps, and you restart, someone wrecks, and then you do. And this time on we made it to lap 2 before the wreck happened, but it happened in front of me, and it totaled my truck, and I was completely. I'm like, oh, this was great. I got a lap and a half in. So yeah. Derek didn't make any videos either because my truck sim video was so bad. But and it was an American truck sim I did instead of Euro truck sim, and I went to one of those where they do the dynamic loading and everything. So I pulled my truck under there, and it filled it with the grain, and you get to watch it fill up and all. And the video's just toast. It's just video only, no audio. So yeah, that might be better. People might like that better. They can just play it on the TV and don't have to mute it first. They can just let it play.
Well, yeah, if there's no sound, then just put some of the, have somebody with a piano like the old silent films playing along with it. The wreck's coming up. They got
speed the film up, speed it way up. Right.
Put the subtitles.
Right. Yeah, going around the corner and then just go to the subtitle. Oh no!
Wreck. We might be onto something there. I don't think there's any other videos out like that right now.
Nobody else is doing that.
The silent video game player.
Yeah, make it that sepia or whatever, so it's not the black and white. It's kind of the orange, the tan color.
Little cracks and hairs and shit coming down across the screen now and then.
Right. Just all of a sudden cuts off and it's a whole new scene, and then it faces back. That would be brilliant. Oh, that would be brilliant. Yeah.
I probably just got somebody their own show and 5 million subscribers now.
Right. Yeah. It'll be on next week. You'll see some guy and he's already. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I forgot. Somebody told us a few weeks ago that nobody watches us, so I guess.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that guy. Nobody watches you guys anyway. Yeah. Unfortunately, that was when we didn't have the chat playing on the screen, so his message didn't even get out to the viewers. Yeah.
Even among rejects, he's a reject. Yukon Cornelius.
Oh, yeah. I got a buddy of mine from the Navy. He put up a picture. I think it was from last year, but he reposted it. He's got red hair, and he grew a big old bushy beard, and he's wearing a Yukon Cornelius outfit. It's like it came out brilliant. It's pretty hilarious.
I missed what was it, Friday or yesterday? Was the first time it was back on NBC since it originally premiered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So NBC got it back from CBS after all these years. Rudolph.
Wow.
I knew they said it was going to be on. I think it was either Friday or Saturday it was supposed to be on. I mentioned it to the wife, but I think Dr. Phil kept playing anyway on the TV after that. So
Dr. Phil, he would probably he could interview the characters from the Island of Misfit Toys and maybe straighten them out a little bit.
Exploit them a bit. I'm a professional doctor, but let's exploit your asses. I'm worried about your health. So let's put you up here and talk about what an idiot you are.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if I told you guys, that's when I really, one of the times I really lost faith in the news and 7 o'clock apparently. Watching the Phoenix News, the morning show, Good Morning Arizona or whatever. And that channel also happened to be the channel that aired Jerry Springer. And they came back from commercial, and the last commercial before they came off commercial break was a Jerry Springer commercial. And the hosts of the thing are like, God, I can't believe people watch that. It's just exploiting these people that are at their worst. And then they immediately cut to this lady whose husband and child were killed in a car crash and asked her how she's feeling. It's like, well, who the hell are you now to judge Jerry Springer?
Right.
At least those people get exploited because they went there on purpose. It's like,
since you brought up the topic, I just want to say, I'm just here for my Jerry beads.
Right. Ding, 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 ding.
We love lesbians. What a show that was.
Yeah. Amazing. But I still don't know how they got people. I mean, there's got to be some. Have you never seen the show? But when your wife says, "Hey, me, you, and your brother are going on Jerry Springer," it'll be great.
One of my buddies, that's what almost his claim to fame. He told me when he was married and his now wife was married, they were actually all friends. The couples were friends, and then him and the friend's wife decided they liked each other more, and everything happened. Now he's been married to the new wife for many years now. They're happy together. But he told me a few times, we almost went on Springer over that. We were ready to go. You know, the letters were in and everything. I'm sure he's probably telling the grandkids that now. We were almost on Jerry Springer once.
We were this close to famous.
I was porking your grandma behind my buddy's back. We were going to tell them on the show instead of in private.
Yeah. Just I don't know how you explain that one to your spouse or whatever. Yeah, we're going to Chicago. It'll be a fun trip. Yeah. Why is your cousin going with? Just don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Okay, so me, you, your cousin. What about the three midgets? What are they coming for? It'll be fine.
Why do they have all this food and cakes and stuff set up on tables? Well, you'll be smashing that in someone's face. You'll find out.
Right. Yeah, such a crazy show.
And it lasted for years and years.
Yeah, it was on forever.
I remember watching Morton Downey Jr. way back when I was still in high school.
Yeah, he's always smoking.
Yeah.
He's smoking during the show. Yeah.
He's always screaming at the audience and stuff.
Yeah. He probably didn't have a car salesman to tell him to not smoke on his show.
Yeah, wasn't he on Predator 2? The movie is kind of
that sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. I went to see Predator 2 at the theater. I remember that. Yeah, he and he was also famous, I think, was one of the original people that faked the whole being attacked by Nazis or something like that, right? He cut off his own hair and put a swastika on his forehead and beat himself up and said he was attacked, and they found out he really wasn't.
Right. Yeah. Of course, it's still hard to beat Geraldo when he gets the Klan members on there and gets his nose busted by a chair
to the face.
I got a great idea for a show. Let's go.
I don't know if you know Dan Bongino or not. He has his own conservative talk show podcast. Used to be on Fox. He fights with Geraldo all the time. And I guess a few weeks ago, they almost threw down. It would almost be like the Tyson match all over again. He wanted to fight Bongino. Meanwhile, Geraldo's like 109 right now, you know?
Right? Yeah. That was a weird time altogether, all those daytime talk shows and just trying to out crazy each other. And
yeah, there was another one called Richard Bay. Mm-hmm. And I didn't watch it as often. And this is before I met my wife. I guess she's always loved that kind of television. And my mother-in-law would tell me, like, Christmas Day, we couldn't get your wife to get up to open presents. She'd stay in bed. We'd be waiting for her. He said, then she would come down and turn on Richard Bay on Christmas Day. Watch his show. It was a lot like Springer, you know.
Wow. Yeah. And then Jenny Jones gets the guy to come in, and the gay guy says he's got a crush on him, and the dude's like, what? And ends up killing him.
Yeah. And the Jenny
Oh.
Craig show, the famous line on that was, if somebody was a little overweight on there, someone in the audience would say, you don't belong. Oh, yeah, you belong on Jenny Craig, not on Jenny.
Right.
Rip on the fat people.
Wow. Yeah. Then Weird Al paid homage in UHF.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Talk TV with Weird Al.
Yeah.
What was the show he announced? It was something hilarious. I can't remember what he was.
Like on the skit, it had like Jason Voorhees. What was that? Like not a Boy Scout, but a Girl Scout on there. and then Klansman, and then they all beat each other up, and then he got punched in the face with a chair. That was.
I think he mentions that the next show is going to be something like Nazi lesbian midgets or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah. Just crazy. The number of, like I said, just the sheer number of people that were doing those daytime talk shows, just so you can out sleaze each other. I mean, even, and back then, even Oprah was in on all that. You know,
right.
She was doing the crazy stuff.
I don't know if Donahue ever got so crazy or not. I didn't really watch a whole lot of Donahue back in the day.
I think he did a little bit, but I think he wasn't as crazy as all the others got, you know. And then the Navy guy, Mike Montel Williams, he'd get all that psychic lady Sylvia or whatever her name was, and she was wrong all the time. Yeah, that was.
Well,
hilarious.
I did just watch a clip of which Naked Gun was it? Everybody thought that Leslie Nielsen was Phil Donahue. He's backstage at the awards. They're like, don't have that Donahue back here again. He's puking in the tuba.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, well, Donahue, he ended up losing his career because he told the truth about one of the wars. He was like, "We're in this war for just bullshit reasons." Lost everything. Yeah, but
well, he just died recently, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
and he was married to that girl. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
More useless information for all the people out there.
Hey, didn't the Hawk Tuah girl get arrested?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that on the feed.
She had doesn't she have some scam thing going right now?
Like a cryptocurrency type of deal? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
the Hawk Tuah coin?
Yeah, all kind of money went to fees. And they made like $1 million in fees that they skimmed off the top right away. And yeah, I saw her getting
Sally Jesse Raphael. I forgot about her too. And Ricky Lake, the Ricky Lake show.
Right. Yeah, Sally had those big red glasses.
Yeah. And then Ricky Lake is like they would have people talking to them and they would have the fake doorbell. Ding dong. Uh-oh, who's at the door? Right. It's your best friend that's been sleeping with your husband for 4 months. Let's work it out and wrestle on some Jello.
Yeah, I like how some of them tried to act like they were above all that, while at the same time they were, you know, having the Nazi midgets on. You know, it's like,
or these people that come on there thinking they're coming on Jerry Springer to get married. Seriously, you think that's why you're there? You show up in the finest wedding dress, but over here is a pool of Oreo fluff, and there's Subway sandwiches off to the side. You know something's going down. And the guy comes out, been sleeping with your sister. What? And then beating him with a sandwich on the head.
Yeah. Crazy. Not that I ever watched any of those shows. I never watched one. Ever.
I want to know who's heating up pizza rolls, because I just heard the microwave and I want some pizza rolls.
My mother-in-law.
Yeah. You know, it's bad when Springer ended, but then his bodyguard or whatever, the bouncer dude, gets his own show.
Steve. And the funny thing is, like, she watches him too, and then he'll be like, "We don't do that kind of crazy stuff. You want to do that? Go across the lot to the Springer." But his famous line is, if somebody's a piece of crap, "Get off my stage!" So I do that at home all the time. If the wife says something I don't like, or Nacho does something, "Get off my stage! Get out!"
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, she watches all of those. So that's why a lot of times I end up out here watching YouTube videos, catching up for the week.
Nice. Oh, fun times.
So what do we
All
got?
right.
How many weeks till Christmas? Not too long now.
2.5. Something like that.
2.5. And see, I have like 3 intros sitting there that I haven't edited yet for Christmas. So I guess we'll have to wait till next year for some of them.
We'll use intros as outros. We'll have them as segues to other segments. We're going to talk about the new Atari 7800 game right after this message.
As usual, my own channel, I'm getting everything late than when I pre-ordered everything. So, I'll be the last person to get any videos out on any of these things. Maybe next year sometime. So you just ordered the new 7800 Plus 6 months ago. Well, here's an unboxing.
Well, if you do it as a silent film, I think you'll be good.
I gotta think about that.
Yeah.
But like, it'll say across the top.
Yeah. Somehow I think
I'd
get more views if my videos were silent, I think.
Think of anything. I'm going to have to do an old Poe silent movie one day now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Have to make all the title cards and all the... Damn you, Atari. Just
funny thing is, I had all those problems with Atari, which whatever. I still ordered from them all the time. But like this time, purposely, I mean, the 7800 Plus is coming out. You know what? I'm going Amazon this time, so I get the darn thing on time. No. and I didn't order any of the other games until recently. So I went on Amazon, and they're sold out on Amazon. So I went to Atari for those games anyway. So I should have them in about 2 years.
It's because you offended the Atari Nazi. No Atari for you. 1 year.
I saw Atari did, and I must have totally missed it. At some point, they started selling a bomber jacket. I'm like, bomber jacket that says Atari. I got to have that. And I remembered my members only jacket that took 12 years to get. I'm like, no, I'm not getting another. Actually, it's colder out now. I should put it on, but since it took so long to get, it still has the plastic over it and everything. It's sitting in the closet. I think I'll probably just get buried in it. It'll stay in the closet. I think I'll get buried in it. The wife will probably sell it a couple $100 more than I paid for it instead on eBay. Only worn once. For the viewing from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So,
if she puts down like it was owned by Mr. Poestyle, the price, the value goes up.
Yeah.
Right?
My mother-in-law does embroidery, and I should get old Poe's face real big on the back of that jacket.
Right? See, I still have my leather flight jacket from when I was in the Navy, but when I was issued that jacket, I weighed about 150 pounds, so I can get it to about here now.
That's my biggest gripe with Atari, because even though I complain about them, they would have even more of my money if they actually made shirts in gamers' sizes. You go on there and it's like, here's an extra large. I'm like, have you seen a 51-year-old Atari gamer? Right here. I'm not wearing an extra large. It'll look like a fucking belly shirt on Daisy Duke here. You're going to see underboob whether you want to or not.
Right?
What was that quote that what was it Chris Farley did with the fat guy in a little jacket?
Fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy. Oh, Richard rips the whole thing down of that.
Yeah.
You bring up Farley. Well, I'm listening to A Confederacy of Dunces on Audible. Never read the story. So since I held all those credits, I thought, well, yeah, I'd like to finally listen to this classic novel, And I remember a few years ago hearing about how it was cursed as far as films go. The protagonist who they were going to get originally was John Belushi. And when they were signing deals, he died. They wanted to have John Candy. John Candy died, Chris Farley, and then Chris Farley died. So really weird. They never did make a movie of it.
Wow. Yeah, I did not know that. Bliss said he weighed 150 pounds in the 3rd grade.
Yeah, right. I tell everybody that. I was 150 pounds and 6'4" before I reached junior high. Then I just stopped growing tall, but kept growing wide afterwards.
I graduated high school. I was 6'1", 144 pounds. Yeah, and I gained weight in boot camp, where a lot of people lose weight because all the running and exercising. I gained weight because
wow, yeah.
And
my one brother did that too. He gained weight in basic. I definitely lost. I was already a big boy. So.
Yeah, and then I was hitting the gym trying to get up, and the biggest I could ever get was like 180. You know, trying to put weight on, and then all of a sudden one year, as I was getting closer to 40, I crossed that 200-pound mark, and I've never looked back since. I just hang pretty steady up there. Yeah. So, but yeah, I was about 100 pounds later when I graduated high school than I am now. So none of my Navy stuff, if I tried to put it on, because it was all issued that first year right out of high school. So it's like, I try to put on the Cracker Jack jumper. I'm like, okay, this ain't happening. But yeah, I still have all that stuff. I still have all my uniforms. But
same. Yeah, I have it in storage.
Yeah,
and I tried.
Mine got ruined in the old house. I had my duffel bag full of my uniforms and my field jackets, and our old house, the basement was damp, unfortunately. And when I opened that thing up, everything had mold. So almost everything got tossed from back then.
Yeah, I did lose some of my uniforms to mold because I forget what happened, but yeah, one of the boxes or something got wet and it was all packed away for years. And yeah, at one point I had one of my old, I don't remember if it was my blue, my Cracker Jack dress blue jumper uniform, or if it was the whites. I think it was the blues because I was in Florida, so we never wore those. If you did have to dress up, we always wore the dress whites. And I still had my rank insignia and stuff was E3. So I never did. So like 10 years after I got out of the Navy, I put the E5 stripe on it and stuff. It's like, well, this is what I finished with. But hey, T-Dog made it.
T-Dog. I told you to show up. He was worried. Remember that post I made? I know what you did last Sunday.
Right.
Gonna show up and kiss you, T-Dog, if you miss the show.
Nice. Well, good to see you, T-Dog. So now that T-Dog's here, let's just end the show. We'll run the closer. Yeah. You missed a lot of good talk, T-Dog. We were talking Jerry Springer, all kinds of stuff. Threw a little bit of gaming.
Almost some gaming on there.
Yeah.
Mostly these talk shows.
Mostly the talk shows. Yeah. Who was it? Someone did. Someone wore my Cracker Jack for Halloween one year. Yeah. I don't know. If it was Shelby, I was still 6'1", so the length of my sleeves probably would have drug on the floor if it was Shelby.
I remember playing with my dad's sailor hats when we were kids in the 80s. He at least had the hats still around. But I like to flop it down like Gilligan.
Right. Yeah. Mike, did you get good at spinning the white hats?
Yeah.
Get them spinning.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also got good at we had to do with boot camp, making your dungarees a flotation device.
Oh yeah.
Remember, you had to take the pants off and in the water and then blow into it. It's like, hey, I got a life vest.
Yeah. Tie the legs off into knots, and then you could fill it up with air and just.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, for those of you that weren't in the Navy, we were also taught in boot camp that if you end up overboard or whatever, and you're floating in the water, that white hat, you flip it all around, and that's where you vomit. So you're not attracting sharks. You catch your puke in it. But you're supposed to fold it down, help you with the sun, not get sunburned and all that stuff. But Yeah, I used to piss people off because when they want to do those tradition, like tacking on your rank, and everyone wanted to punch you, or you got your wings and they wanted to punch you. I never played that stuff, and they're like, "Come on, man, it's Navy tradition. You got to do it." And I said, "Well, you know what else is Navy tradition? The reason we have the flap on the back of our jumper is so the grease that we would put in our ponytail and our braids wouldn't stain our uniform. But you don't let us have ponytails anymore. We can't have the long hair, so." But yeah, Bliss's boobs are a flotation device. Nice. Yeah, that's my later in life.
Hey, Bliss, this is a family channel, dang it.
Yeah, no boobs.
Come on.
That's beyond PG-13.
Yeah, we had to do the water survival thing in high school because there was an indoor pool at our school. And so one year you actually swam, and then the next year they had canoes. You would have to go out and start to sink the canoe and figure out how to get it back up. And then you had the pants or whatever. You had to tie them and slap them and whatever you had to do,
Right.
So, yeah, they actually did that in school for everybody.
Yeah. See, I loved it when we did when I was in aircrew school and we did all the swim qualifications and stuff. I thought that was like just the funnest stuff ever. They put you in a parachute harness and it's a zip line into the water. And so you'd have to hit the water and get out of the parachute. And then they had another one. You're standing on the side and the parachute harness is hooked to a zip line on a motor. And that thing would yank you off and drag you along the water. And you'd have to get out of it. Yeah, I loved all that stuff. But a lot of guys
The tack-on, my first sew-on in tech school, we were forced into the tack-on ceremony. We marched over there and everybody that was getting new rank, and we were at Vandenberg Air Force Base. There were a ton of people there, and it was officers and enlisted. Everybody came down just beating the tar out of our arms. We came down there.
Yeah. Now, I tried to fight off the when I crossed the Arctic Circle, and you get your Blue Nose Award. They'll actually color your nose blue with a marker pen and all that. And I'm like, I ain't playing that stuff. And then our in-flight technician guy, who's probably about your size, Poe, he ensured that I went home with a blue nose. He just grabbed me. He was like, "All right, so I'm over here, color my nose on." But yeah,
that was the way it was at where I worked on missiles, the IMF. When you were leaving, if they made sure you would get jacked up by the police. So if you ever did anything wrong authenticating with the police when you called in to open missile structures, if you ever did anything, something wasn't right when you checked in, like we would go through a gate, we would have to authenticate to get our badge for in the area. And then they had this enclosure you went into, it locked on both sides. Your weight had to be within so many pounds of what your badge said. They did an eye scan, everything before you could go into the area. If none of that was right, they jacked you up. The cops all came with the guns and they forced you to the ground and you sat there until somebody could come and confirm who you were. So if you were getting out, they would do this on purpose. Your buddies would make sure you got jacked up before you got out of there. So I lied to them and I said, I'm re-enlisting. I'm staying in. So, no reason to jack me up. Well, then I got out of the area after my last day. I called them and said, suckers, I'm out of here. Going back to Pennsylvania. So I survived. And you really didn't want to get jacked up when it was 30 below. Because they just slammed you right down in the snow with the guns on you. And you're just laying there frozen,
Wow. Nice. Yeah. I didn't get jacked up, but the closest thing to that was we were in Key West, Florida, and our plane was broken. So me and the ordnanceman jumped in one of the little Buddha trucks and drove across to pick up some parts for maintenance. And, we had the radio. You could call the tower before you cross the runway kind of stuff. And we called and they said, "Hey, you need to pull off into the grass next to this taxiway." And we're like, "That's odd." Okay. And we did. And it was a U-2 spy plane came in and landed. And these trucks go down with all the base security and all this stuff. And the plane ended up taxiing on the taxiway where we pulled off of. But this truck pulls off and these two guys get out with M16s or whatever. And they're pointing at it. And we're sitting there in our flight suits. We're like, American flag. We're on your team. We just sat there, plane taxis by. We're just looking straight ahead, don't even look over. It's like, yeah. So the only time I ever got a weapon pointed at me thankfully in my military career was our own guys when an airplane taxied by. But T-Dog sounds. Your story post sounds like his wife making sure he's not snacking past 10 o'clock.
We had a sergeant that was leaving once from our area. He was going out to California to become an instructor in our career field. And so when he came in, of course, they knew he was leaving. They strapped him down to an office chair, rolled him out to the bay under the emergency shower, and pulled the shower on him. So he got soaked. He knew something was going to happen. He was proud of himself. He brought a change of clothes. A lot of people aren't ready for that. He goes and changes into his change of clothes. Well, as he's walking out, he had brought in pies for his goodbye celebration. One of the other sergeants was waiting with the lemon meringue and just biffed him right in the face with it. So his new clean uniform was covered with meringue and everything else.
Nice. Yeah. We only had the only time anyone did any real hazing, besides like the tack-on ceremonies and stuff like that. But when I was in Iceland, this guy got there and he was kind of a dick to everybody. And he was going around like, ain't nobody going to be hazing me. And we're like, we don't really do that in our squadron. Nobody gets hazed just because you're new, But he was such a jerk, and he pissed off some people so bad. And I was sitting in my room, and all of a sudden I hear a ruckus. And I look out, and he was in the shower, and 4 guys went in there and grabbed him, guy on each arm, a guy on each leg. They're carrying him buck naked. Another dude runs to the end of the barracks and opens the door, and they carried him outside and chucked him in like a 10-foot snowbank. And they came back in and shut that door, which it would lock. So then he had to go all the way around to the front door, butt naked. He's like, "Why didn't any of you guys help me?" I'm like, why would I? Yeah, he was he piece of work, that guy. But that's the only time I ever seen anyone get actually hazed type of thing. But he had it coming. It's like, dude, no one's going to do that. They better not fucking try it. I'll kick their ass. Like, oh, man. Say that to the wrong guys.
Right.
But yeah, we're just laughing. But why didn't you help me? I would have, dude, but my beer was half full and I didn't want to risk spilling it. I didn't have a coaster to put my beer down. So didn't want to risk putting a ring on the table. But yeah, fun times. All right. Well, you guys got anything you want to talk about, or you want to roll into final thoughts?
Yeah, we can go to final thoughts.
Yeah, we can go to final thoughts.
Sounds good. Mike, what do you got?
Oh, I forgot to do something real quick. Let me whip this out.
Nice.
Oh,
Casey's gold.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the hat. Since you
didn't keep it mint. You didn't keep. Oh, it's worth nothing now.
Oh, it's worth more. Had it on my head.
That's right. It's got the game in
and not the wrong head either.
He was showing me his collection of miniature baseball hats when I was over there, and they only fit on one place on his body, so we had to sit through that. The old football hats too from the old bubblegum machines. Here's the Steelers. That's not Jack Lambert. You're lying to
me. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm working right now on the Super Double Dragon and for the Super Nintendo and the Double Dragon for the Master System. So the good news is I got the the gameplay done of both those games plus the 2 bonus games. And right now I'm just tweaking up. I'll be working on the video editing. So that'll take a little bit, but after that's done, I should have the video out. But I'm thinking about working on my short today since I got Casey's gold. So my son helped me film it. and then I'm just gonna dump it onto YouTube. So be good.
Nice.
And I'll probably do. I know you're gonna do a gameplay on it too, Poe, aren't you? You got the
Yeah.
ROM as well. Yeah, I'll try that as well. I'll probably do it on the Coin Ups and Consoles channel. So
Nice.
I'll have it there playing there. Yep. That's all I got. Just working on the Super Double Dragon right now to get that out.
Nice. Excellent. Poe, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm working on my Double Dragon video for the NES and the Master System. No, just kidding.
You mean Popeye, right?
Popeye. I'm still working on this thing, and I don't know. No, it's not. Let me whip this out here. I know I mentioned 9,000 times that this thing is heavy, but it's heavy. And this is the Star Wars flight yoke that Glenn made. So I'm finally going to put it on the mount that I bought for it. We're going to put this on the arcade and see if it'll work right out of the box with Viper, or if I got to screw around and remap everything. But that was the plan. That and my Super Pocket Atari.
Oh, nice. That's right. You got that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
those were the two videos I've been wanting to work on, and it hadn't happened yet. But maybe Friday when I'm off. I do have a doctor's appointment Friday. And, Derek wants to watch me play mini golf Friday, so we'll see what happens.
Right. Right.
Oh, looks like Kelly had a question. Did we answer that? What's everyone's favorite arcade game?
Oh, my goodness.
Pick one.
From the actual...
No honorable mentions.
Yeah. Arcade stuff, not console stuff, right? So...
Yep.
That's a tough one. For me, it would be a toss-up between probably Donkey Kong and Robotron.
Oh, nice.
Those are a toss-up for me. Donkey Kong would have been
Robotron.
Yeah. Donkey Kong is probably the long-term. The first time I played Donkey Kong, I fell in love with that game, and over the years, anytime I got a chance, I always played Donkey Kong. So that's kind of my go-to.
That's an epic answer. Now let's go over and let's play it, and I'll show you some tips and tricks.
Right. Yeah. Now, Poe, we know everyone knows you like Popeye.
Yeah,
but is that your favorite?
Popeye. That is
your
so
favorite
hard.
Arcade game, or is
right? Because they always people ask me that. There's so many people that ask me everything because I'm so popular. But no. I love Popeye. I do love Popeye. But in the arcades, I played a ton of Spy Hunter and Rampage in the arcade. So that's very hard to answer. And Crazy Climber was an obsession of mine. That was the very first arcade game that I ever played as a kid. And I think that might have even been before we got our Atari. So Crazy Climber. Yeah, Rampage, when that came out, a local store had it in their lobby, and me and my brother played it every time we went there. And one time we went, the guy was, I don't know, he was doing maintenance on it or something. My parents went to go shopping, and this guy put it on free play for us. He's like, go ahead, guys, have a ball. And we're like, holy crap, usually we have 1 or 2 quarters to play. We were just going nuts on that thing.
Nice.
But, so it's hard, hard to say. And Burger Time is another one that I love. So you have at least 4 there: Crazy Climber, Burger Time, Spy Hunter, Rampage. 5, Popeye. So, wait a minute, 6. Original Mario Brothers was a great game too.
So you can only bring one on the island. Which one would it be?
Oh, only one on the island.
Yeah.
I guess if I'm by myself, it's going to be Popeye.
Nice.
We'll say Popeye. But I've been asked that about the 2600 too, and when I say Hero is my favorite 2600 game, people are like, "You're supposed to be the Popeye guy," and I'm like, "I know, I love Popeye too, but Hero was so different than everything else that was made at the time." Just like Mike said, on the 2600, you had a square as the protagonist. You had a game like Hero where it was actually a dude with a little, So I mean, I just love that game. So there, I answered more than what you wanted, Kelly. Maybe. And I didn't. At the same time, I didn't answer anything at all. I loved all the games. I'm wearing a Hills shirt. If anybody was from this side of the country, you knew what Hills were back in the day. Hills was a great store, and that's the first place where I played Dragon's Lair in their lobby.
Nice.
That's my final thoughts. Wait a minute. There's more.
Mike, what's your answer?
It would be Street Fighter II: The World Warrior. I played that a lot when I was a teenager, so I was pretty competitive. Wasn't the best player, but I always liked going against people that were older than me, because I know they'd be kind of smug how they'd play, and usually I could beat them. Well, kind of studying their pattern, of course. But I loved that back in the day when arcades and competition. So I really, Street Fighter 2 was my jam back in the day.
Nice. Excellent. All right.
I thought it was Legend of Kage.
Legend of Cage?
You know who said that recently? Gen X Grown Up said Legend of Cage on his channel, and I wanted to write in there, actually, it's Legend of Kage, but if I type it out, I don't know how you would type out Kage so you would understand. So it would still look like Cage, right?
Yes, spell it C-A-G-E.
Kage.
Yeah.
Yep.
C-O-G-G-A-Y. Kage.
Well, see, Mike, Gaming Gala, he thought it was just Cog, but it was other Canadians, and they said Kage, and he just thought it was Cog.
Well, you mentioned Black Knight. Didn't he say that's his favorite pinball game in real life?
So who's that?
Mike's Gaming Gala. I think at one point he said that. Maybe it was in Bliss's podcast or somewhere else. I remember hearing him say.
You sure? It's
Elvira is Derek's prevert. He's a prevert. Derek is a prevert, and I refuse to play mini golf with him unless Bart and Kelly and Mike are there. Get me alone on the course, and who knows what will happen. Your Christmas intercourse.
All right.
Yeah, I've said enough.
On that note, yeah.
So Bart, you and Kelly are calling off, right? Or quitting Friday, so that'll work out.
Right. Yeah, that'll be fine.
And Mike, you can play VR right from work. Don't give me your bullshit. You just take that headset in with you. Nobody knows. You tell them you're working on something for the school. Yeah.
Put the students on a project, and you guys have 57 minutes to finish this. Go.
Mike tells the people at the school, I'm working on something here that's for the school and the network. Meanwhile, you see them like fucking lining up.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right. Well, my final thought is, go play some Charlie Brown Christmas Pinball FX.
I already forgot. I need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're on the Switch, IGHO, password is OGA, all lowercase. Same password, but if you're on PlayStation, Steam, or PC, whatever, Xbox, 9RW5. W5.
And now it's time to say goodbye to Bart and all his kin. We would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have Ethan helping of his hospitality. Sorry, Dad.
Now we just got a copyright strike.
I start waking up towards the end of the show, and then now I'm supposed to go to bed. I can't do that. Sorry, co-workers. You'll have to suffer without my help tomorrow. I'll be in the break room taking a nap until Bliss comes on live at 11 Eastern.
Right. All right. So that'll do it. I'm going to click go on the outro. So thanks for watching, everyone. And then keep Greg in your thoughts. His big surgery is tomorrow. And we'll see y'all. Hopefully there'll be 4 of us next week. So, all right. We're out. Later.
Laters.
Bye-bye.